All right, y'all. I'm decided to do a multiracial mixed guy tag. Um, so this is a multi-generational mixed version. No, my parents not one parent of another race. No, actually, both my parents are triracial descent. And yeah, they were classified as black, but we know that if true pure people who are pure black from 100% no mixture in their genealogy, ancestry, pedigree, roots, whatever you want to call it, they're not pure black. If they don't have a mix, if they have a mixed background, they're not pure black. Okay. And so before I get in detail of this mixed guy tag, if anybody comes to my channel, start to debate me about my multiracial identity and heritage, comment in, I'm going to literally block you. I will. This is a warning. I will ban you from my channel and no longer take action with Google. And if it goes in proceed, I will go take legal action. Okay? So don't waste your time. I am a hard-headed, stubborn, independent thinker. I'm my own individual. I'm not with the we call it collective situation. If you don't like it, F-U-C-K-U, okay? You know, I'm my own individual. You will never control me. I look young, but don't let that fool you. I'll be 40 in 2 years. So let's get on with, I'll make my own questions up as I'm thinking in my head. I mean, I'm a Leo, okay? Born in Leo season, so that I'm a natural born Leo. That's why nobody can take me down. Okay. Well, how old I am, I'll be 38 this summer, okay? What is my multiracial background? My dad's background is African-American, French, Creole, English, and American. That's as first I have traced. He was the first person to tell me back in 1986 when I was in first grade. I failed the first grade because of Whitney Houston, okay? I was graduated 20 years ago, but I graduated in 98 instead of 97, okay? And he told me about the Native American roots. So there's Choctaw, but he can go further, and I found out the English part. And then my aunt, his sister, told me about the Creole part on my grandfather, their dad's side, because both my great-grandparents on that side of the family from Louisiana. And even though, you know, in Creoles, we come in all different shades. My grandfather was darker than I am, but he had a sister that's about my complexion, and also his relatives that's lighter and darker and all different shades, because I remember when my cousin passed away in 93, excuse me, when I was 13 years old. The long line of us. I have never seen my family. I probably got family. Even in the area I live in, Houston, could be enemies of me because we don't get along, but we never, you know what I'm saying? So, and my grandfather, we both Leos because he's late July. He was, because he passed away next year, be 10 years. He is a person, he did not family oriented with drama around. And I am that person. If you're going to give me drama, don't even bother about kind of blood thicker than water. You preach that message. If you know I'm blood thicker than water, that means that you don't treat me with disrespect. You don't try to change me. You love me unconditionally and keep it moving. If you can't do that, well, we not meet. I don't care what you believe in, what your belief system is. I don't change for nobody, which is stupid. You don't go after a person who don't change. You're going to get hurt. Okay. So it's like bumping your head to a thick wall. You know it's not going to break. Go the opposite direction, okay? And then on my mom's side, it is a real good tactical. When I was coming up, my mom didn't raise me, okay? And I really saw my mom's side of the family because my other siblings. I'm the only dad's child. So, I'm only dad's child. So on my mama's side, I carried my grandfather on my on her dad's side. My grandfather on my maternal grandfather, excuse me, who I did not get to know. He got killed in San Antonio back in '86, around because, you know, near his birthday. I was 7 years old at the time, and it was late '86, so I didn't get a chance to meet him. And then he also abandoned my maternal grandmother because they got married young. Like my grandmother on my mom's side, she had my mother in '56, which that meant she was 16. No, she was 17 when she had, because she born 39, born 79. So she was, you know, my mom was a Scorpio. So she was 17 when she had my mother. Okay, but she was married. Okay, and I carried her husband, first husband, last name. And so I don't know too much about the family. I do know that my grandfather Dad was born in 1800s, when he was an old man when he had him. Okay, and the young woman was young, and rumor has it she was a real light-skinned woman. And my first older brother told me, because my second older brother just moved back to San Antonio from Europe. He's my half brother. All of my siblings are half on my mom's side. And so my second older brother moved back to San Antonio from Europe. His wife was stationed. They both were military, but he did his years. I think he got hurt, something like that, not mistaken. But his wife got from there, was in Italy, okay, and went to Spain, all that, and I came back to the United States. And my nephew is who was at my last time I seen him, first time was at my graduation in '98. Now he's big, okay. Now he's in the military, okay. But my first older brother told me, when my cousin, we had 2 deaths in the family on my mom's side in July 2 years ago, 2015, and he told me that someone that knew the family, because they did immigrate from the Central Texas to San Antonio, that my great grandmother was a real light-skinned, exotic-looking woman. I don't know what's her background, but she was killed. She was younger than her husband, okay? You know, so, and she had my grandfather's, which I never saw a picture. I did one time when he was older before he got killed, but I never got the chance. I thought my step-grandfather was my grandfather when I go visit my mom's side. So, we don't know too much. Of course, he was listed as black, but we don't know what's his DNA, his background, what he was mixed with, because that one drop mentality, okay? My family, the reason why that the black identity was there is because of the one drop rule, which, let me educate folks who don't know about the one drop rule. Back in late part of the slavery days, there were states that say you had 18% black and all the other stuff. So Virginia was the first one that came out with one drop rule. But it really became a legal situation all across the United States after slavery, after Reconstruction, when Jim Crow started in 1920s. And every state had its own one drop rule. And what that meant, that if you had any drop of black ancestry, that's why I become a different color. Don't look like I don't look like Wesley Snipes, so don't look, even though he's not mixed, he's from the United States, but I don't look like Barack Obama's pure black brother who's real dark, okay? Which is what an African looks like. They came on a ship doing slavery, okay? That he was considered black. That's why when the Latinos down there, that's why some of y'all been told y'all black all the way, even the man those banks, oh, they find a DNA, oh, you're black, you know. But I say you're mixed. I don't say you're pure black. Like I said, George Lopez, I don't say he's pure black. I say he's mixed. He's partially Afro-Mestizo, which is a mixed race term, okay? And also Asian. So therefore, they really kept the community in African community, because we're not pure. It's when they had the black nationalist movement doing civil rights movement, and actually after integration was legalized. And Loving versus Virginia case really made all states have legal rights to have interracial marriages, especially between quote blacks and whites. Mildred Loving was Native American and black, and her husband was white, but she was classified as black. And they went to, they fought and they won in 1967. This June will be 50 years of that. And the Supreme Court said if anyone, this is unconstitutional about the one drop rule. It was the one drop rule was unconstitutional. And during that time, a lot of segregations, whether it be open or out, those who are white and those who are also in the African community, who are not pure black, dark skin, light skin, whatever, who was in the black national movement, promoted this idea it was still a law, which is not true. And I'm part of the multiracial movement, so of course I would know that, okay? I've been in the multiracial movement since I was a teenager, been a supporter of this movement, and I'm almost 40. In the 90s, I was a teenager, okay? So my mom, she is technically African-American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, and Irish, and Native American. Her mother's mother was dark-skinned, but they were from Louisiana. Her dad's part of Louisiana, okay? So he was Geechee. They called him Geechees. There's another term for Creole people, even though Geechees are actually in Gullah Island in South Carolina. And they talk, so that's why I talk so fast. They said, different I'm not dark chocolate, as and God rest her soul, she died 10 years ago. We call her Medea, my great-grandmother. I love her to death, just like I love my great-grandmother on my dad's side, my grandmother's mother, who actually more nicer to me than her own daughter. Okay, let's get away. She died in '88. Okay, on Big Mama on my mom's side. I mean on my daddy's side family. Okay, and so then her husband, who's still living, okay, because he's widowed now. Okay, widower. And they did separate and tell their business, but her husband, who still lived in my great grandfather, my mom's maternal grandfather, that's where the Spanish and English and Irish Native American. His mother was part black and part Native American. His grandmother was Native American. He don't know because that $5 Indian and then one drop rule and blood quarter mess. Then his father, who was real high yellow, who almost like a white man, they say. His grandfather looked white, talking about my great grandfather, which is his dad's dad. His dad's dad, which is his paternal grandfather, looked white. Mother was white, Irish and English. I found that out last year, okay? In 1910, his father was Creole, who was passing after slavery, and they had him in 1870s. Slavery ended in 1865, so it's in Texas, in small town, yes. And it was hard to find out, so I found out from a cousin that lived, a dark-skinned cousin who's also mixed up like I am, from that mixture, told me on Answer.com that they told me the name of that man, and we haven't found any records, because remember, if you call passing marrying white women, that was, you know, of course. But I found they had white relatives on that side of the family. I have an Asian adopted cousin I met last April, and you know about this for those who followed me. Okay, so now on that side of the family, Grandpa Red, which we called him, his grandmother, which is his dad's mother, she was, let's say it's black. In 1910, they probably did the 18%, if you of one drop of 18%, you consider black mess, okay? But technically, in 1910, she was mixed with Spanish, because her last name was not Rouse originally. It was changed. Birth records, or census records show that her dad was Amstead Real. Real, R-I-A-L, that is Spanish. That's Hispanic. And they told us that he was born in 1847, and his parents were from Louisiana. And folks don't know, 1700s, Spain conquered Louisiana first. Yes, Native Americans were there first. So I don't want nobody coming on my channel and you should deny Native Americans. Yes, I know they were there, okay? But they conquered Louisiana first until the Acadians, who were the French Canadians from Canada, came, because they had the Catholic versus Protestant, English Protestant and French Catholic going against each other. That religious bigotry going on. So they escaped Canada and came to Louisiana. And they conquered Louisiana from the French, and the French from Spain. The French from France, excuse me, came and took over, and they had slaves, and they mixed. They had free people of color as well. It was totally different. Its own country in the South. They were interracial marriages. Yes, they were in Louisiana. Free people of color, they couldn't. Some states sometimes could marry someone outside of the black community, and a white person. They had Creole brawls. So learn about Creole culture. FrenchCreoles.com. Please go there. So I am part Hispanic. Funny, because I've been speaking Spanish since I was a teenager. Went to mostly Spanish school, mostly of Mexican descent. There was other Latinos, Salvadorans, and some Puerto Ricans, and other Central South Americans, but mostly Mexican, Chicano, and Mexican immigrant and Chicano born here. Okay, I know about the Selena, the Tejano music, and all that other stuff, and that's why my name is translated in Spanish. Okay, so I stepped into Hispanic culture. Next thing, okay, it took me a while, y'all. Trust me, when I did that video about my hair messed up, about how I found English was on my mind, because I was always told that the third grandfather of mine was Creole. That had to be his dad's side. Not, because how I said it, they will say, well, how you know that he was not black and he was white or something? Because on the census records show that he was listed as white, living with his white mom when he was a little boy. But when he was grown and married my grandma Anna, that's when they classified them both as black. And then my second great grandfather and the rest of those kids from that marriage, mulatto on the 1910 and 1920 census. Remember when one drop rule actually got into effect, no longer that mulatto category was on the census. So that's how I know, okay? So then also too, then Grandpa Ray, who studied, like I said, his mother was part Native American, and he knew his grandmother. There's no joke about it. She did have long, silky hair and all that other stuff. But many people don't know about the blood quantum BS. I'm trying not to curse here. They did do that to Native Americans. Native Americans were not even classified as part of the United American citizens, excuse me, until 1920 and 1940, something like that. And if they marry someone white or black, they will actually put them as black or white. Or sometimes mulatto when they didn't have a black and American black and white mixture, okay, in their family tree. And that was to cause paper genocide. So, I mean, I have native on both sides, my mom and dad's side of the family. And as you know, he bought my shirt. I'm almost 40. I'm not a hairy person. And that's very mongoloid. Remember, our Native American ancestors came from Asia, not, you know. So, therefore, and they were first. So, those white people come and say, well, we discovered here. And they were not from here. Oh, excuse me. My Native American ancestor was here first. So, don't try to put Columbus in that mess, okay? But let me get to the subject. So, what I most identify as multiracial. People say, well, oh, well, you look black, and even though you are not dark chocolate or whatever, or you seem to be dark in somewhere, and sometimes lighter than this in there, whatever, people see you as black. Because I'm a medium complected caramel skin, and you know, not high yellow like Jason Kidd and Jeremy Meeks, and not dark chocolate like Wesley Snipes, okay? And the reason why that I identify as multiracial, because it is the truth. I cannot deny my roots, how I got here on this earth, how my family, my parents, they're not pure black. Pure black means pure African ancestry, no mixture in fashion. So, because without those ancestors, they would not be here walking around today. They wouldn't even have me here, okay? So, without those different elements in our family tree that brought us here, there would not be no Zacarias talking to you right now, okay? So, what I check multiracial. I mean, two races or more category, other, and sometimes black, white, Native American. Now I check Hispanic. I don't like the fact that they have they have two races who are non-Hispanic. They know Hispanics from Latin America are racially mixed, and it's not right to sit here try to make one of them choose as white, which means some sad they try to do that. And you have those who try to say they're black if they look more black to society or native, whatever. The sad part is, and I can't tell people how to identify, but if you check all your heritage, that's how you got here. Let's be honest. You're not pure whatever you claim to be. So that is being something that you're not. And I get criticized. Well, you don't want to be who you are. Yes, I do. I'm multiracial, okay? If I have all these elements in my family tree, that's who I am, okay? If I have white relatives who are Irish and English descent, okay? My first grandma that I'm related to Nathaniel Bacon, okay? You know, yes, because my grandma Edna, she was a bug when she was descended from Samuel Bug, who married Sarah Bacon. Sarah Bacon, my long-distance great-grandmother, who was English, she was related to Nathaniel Bacon, who burned the Virginia Capitol down with the black slaves in the white service in Virginia, okay? I ain't related to him. So, and so did I ever get mistreated for being mixed? Yes, I do. We're telling people that and revealing not passing as pure black, or with my camera, ASS, I'm trying not to cuss. Yes, I do. People want to pressure me to deny my roots. They don't want to deny my true reality on this earth. They want me to be racist or hate white people. You know, and I have folks who are not black who try to, and I have distanced myself from them as well. One thing about me, I wish folks would get, I don't change for nobody. I change for myself, okay? I'm very independent, thinking, strong-minded person. So I'm a very rebellious, very strong-minded person, and people, they don't want who's selfish will make me to something that I'm not. So, also, okay, so, what another question I would like to ask, have you ever been mistaken for another race? Yes, I have. Let me explain. They say, oh, you see it as black. Not mistaken as non-black, but black mixed with something else. Yes, I do not look the stereotypical mixed race person, but I don't look like Wesley Snipes and Malik Obama, okay? And then when I speak Spanish, which I found is my language, before I knew about that last year, people have questioned me, Puerto Rican. Are you part Puerto Rican? Are you part Mexican? Are you Dominican? Yes, Hispanic, not really a race, but they classify as race because Latinos are racially mixed people from Latin America. Those who here, of course, like us Creole people are part Hispanic because they have Spanish roots. But when people think about Hispanic, let's be honest, even though I do by my mom Hispanic roots, that they think about Latin America, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Cuban, Dominican. I've been asked if I'm part Mexican when I speak Spanish. Yes, I have. I'm not lying. When I was in El Paso, one lady at the store right there on Yarbrough, the watch chair used to be at, in the library down there. I never forgot that store because I've been in El Paso, and one of them, and I had my hair is relaxed, but I had it down, ready to get braided the next couple days, okay? And I never forget, they say, are you are you Hispanic? No, is your mother Hispanic? Is she Mexican? And I said, no, I'm Mexican, black, white, and American. That's my background. When I was in Job Corps, a couple of Latino guys thought that I was part Mexican or part Puerto Rican or something. I got that too. I've been called Dominican. I've been called Cuban. A Hispanic girl back in. She was Colombian and very valid girl acting. Yeah, okay. I thought she was Chicana, but no. We was to work at the call center for AT&T back in 2001. What I did quit because I was going through a lot of HEW with my paternal grandparents. And I had to get away from her because I have asthma. She would smoke cigarettes. And then she said, you speak so Spanish good. You're not. No, you're Hispanic. You're Hispanic. You're Hispanic. I said, no, I'm not Hispanic because I didn't know about the Spanish crew. But no, you either some other Hispanic. You're not, you quit lying. You are Latino. So I never forget that. She's like with a valid accent. I don't forget. I can't say like that is. No, that's country. Oh, whatever. That's how she would talk. Okay, she was Colombian. Okay, so yeah, she showed got a Texan us with a valid girl accent too, with a southern twang too. Okay, so that's where but I get that as well. And so yeah, people mostly see me as black, but folks who are educated, I've been questioned, do you have other things in you besides black? Because people who do read about African American history, they know that many of us are mixed. We're not pure African descent, and that's why they know that. The ones who are ignorant, yeah, I expect ignorance out of their asses, by the cuss, okay? My time limit almost ended, but therefore, at the end of the day, I still identify as multiracial, African American, French, Spanish, Korean, Irish, English, and American. I'm not with the one drop rule, blood quartum, $5 Indian, what's the other, black nationalist, white national, definitely, or any other that mess. So, therefore, it's me. Thank you.